I'm Erin Kuhn. I'm the Director of Finance and Fundraising for Waite House.
My name is Jason McLaughlin, and I'm the Executive Director for Waite House. Waite House has been in the community for 22 years now. We are an emergency crisis shelter for youth ages 16 to 24. So we provide emergency crisis services for youth in need that may be runaway, homeless, unhoused. We also have a transitional living program with youth age 16 to 24, which is primarily parenting pregnant moms and teens. We have room for 7 individuals and 5 dependents on our transitional living program, and we house up to 10 individuals with 1 dependent on our emergency crisis program. So we do that, and we provide services to the individuals who come into our shelter services with case management, wraparound services. We do clinical services, youth peer support, family peer support, care management program. We do life skills training. We do financial literacy training. We do parenting classes. We do basic care needs. So if an individual needs diapers, or they need formula, or they need toothbrush, toothpaste, anything to help them move forward. We work with the youth to become employed or to remain in school. So we work with a lot of different school districts, keeping the individuals that come to our shelter that are still in school to help them continue their education, to graduate, or whatever their life goals may be. We really try to support that. So we really provide a whole array of human services and wraparound services to our youth and kids that come to us, and families. We also support the families that are in need, families that are struggling with mental health in the home, substance use in the home, domestic violence. We also do anti-human trafficking work. So we do a lot of anti-human trafficking work, educating the community on the signs and symptoms of human trafficking, and work with victims and survivors of human trafficking to help them remove themselves from the situation. How we support them, getting them safe housing, getting them the support that they need to get away from their perpetrators. So we do a lot of community education as far as that go. And we also are involved in many different community-based initiatives. So Waite House works with what's called a systems of care, where it's a group of organizations that really come together to work as one. And we have a no wrong door approach, where if you call our organization and we might not be able to help you for some reason, we're not just going to hang up the phone. We're going to connect you to services. We're going to connect you to a partner organization where we can get you the help that you need.
Yeah, we actually have 2 main facilities. So we have our shelter program, which is located in downtown Glens Falls on Waite Street. And that's actually 2 houses that are mirror images of each other, and they were built as separate family homes. One of them was donated to us, and we were able to receive some money from the government about 22 years ago to renovate that into a short-term emergency shelter program for youth. So youth could stay there for up to 30 days, maybe an additional 30 if the county that they're from approves an extension. And then about 10 years later, we raised enough money from the community to buy the house next door and got some funding to build a 2-story connection between the 2. And the new house became our longer-term emergency shelter side. So now that's our shelter, and it's got 2 different programs, one long-term and one short-term in it. And then last January actually, we opened our Family Opportunity Center in downtown Glens Falls. It's on the 7th floor of the high-rise. And that really allows us to serve our youth that are at the shelter with the wraparound services that Jason was talking about earlier. And it also provides an opportunity for us to serve the families of youth in crisis. So if a youth comes to us and they're in crisis, there's something that's caused that crisis. There's usually some sort of underlying family problem, and we like to be able to get in and work with the entire family to solve that problem. So if mom or dad needs some mental health services, we'll make sure that they get them. If the family has some trouble making their bills this month, we'll find a way to help them make that happen so that they're not all stressed out and then making their kids stressed out, and then the whole family is feeling the impact of a crisis situation that could easily be avoided if they just had a little bit of extra support from us, or if they had some services that were just missing from their lives. So that's a kind of a new program that's really made an enormous impact on our community already.
Yeah, and the goal is really to make our kids know that they are valuable members of our community. that somebody cares about them, somebody wants to give them a hand up and support. And we use a restorative approach. So that restorative approach is really just addressing, behavioral issues, educational barriers, anything that's causing a youth to have distress. We work on early childhood intervention, trauma-informed care. We work on how to mitigate ACEs scores, adverse childhood experiences. So we do an awful lot with the youth to really get down to the root cause of what's causing them to be unhoused and what's causing their family crisis. And we really address that root cause. The thing is, when I meet youth that come to the shelter, I message them, it's nice to meet you, but I really hope I don't see you again in the shelter. I want to see you in the community thriving. And it's pretty amazing to see that. Oftentimes, if I'm downtown walking, going to a restaurant, or if I'm at the gym or something like that, I'm often approached by youth who have been through our program with gratitude, and that's really great to see and hear. And with the Family Opportunity Center, as Aaron was saying, it's really addressing the needs of the family so we can keep them housed, so we can keep them stable, give them a hand up, just to let them know that the community cares about them and that we're here for them.
What we do is youth focused. So every single youth is going through the program, but it's not a one-size-fits-all program. So we have our case managers who meet with each youth and figure out what they need. What are their goals? It's not us putting the goals on a family or on a youth. It's the youth identifying what's going to work best for them right now in their lives. And then us helping them to figure out how to do that. So when, for example, sometimes it's really hard to pick up the phone and make a phone call that you really need to make to get your driver's license appointment or something. So we will sit down during an appointment and make that call with them, because that barrier is so hard sometimes to cross.
Yeah.
That just having somebody kind of help you, show you how to do it, just hold that space for you is enough.
Yeah. Our young people, they navigate really difficult systems, and we really try to help them navigate some of the complexities of these systems, whether it's social welfare, whether it's simply applying for benefits through the county. Many of our youth do come to us without identification, without their birth certificate, with just the clothes on their back. So we really try to provide those basic needs for them, help them, whatever their goal is, to help them move forward, and really just have the support that they need. And it's pretty amazing to see. And I always invite people to come take a tour of our facilities to see for themselves. But people don't come to the Wait House because everything is great, right? But it's nice to see when a young person comes to our shelter services. Oftentimes it's one of the hardest days for them, right? And but to see them a couple days into the program, a couple of days into meeting with their peers, meeting with the staff, it's like a light bulb is switched. They feel safe, and that is really a goal, is to make them feel safe as well.
And a lot of the youth that have come through our shelter program come back to us and our employees now.
Yes, we have multiple
so
employees who have been
and
through
some
our
of them
shelter
have
program.
really gone through, like, I'm thinking of one in particular. She's in an administration now, and now she's in her master's program, and that's just, those are the feel-good stories, and not every story is amazing, and we don't always get to be as close to every single person that comes through, but that's the goal every single time.
Yeah.
And it's attainable.
Many different ways. We're very grateful, but to help, continue to provide the needs for the youth, whatever that may be. All of the funds go directly towards youth services and helping that youth, whether it's basic care needs, just taking care of whatever they need to get to help them move forward, coordination of services, aftercare. The funding is so necessary to make our organization move forward and help our young people to thrive in the community. So it helps tremendously. We were very excited when we found out. Yeah. We're lucky that we do get some government grants which help us to cover, like, our staff expenses. But there's not a lot that comes through those grants that actually can go right to the kids. Yep.
So when the kids come, as Jason said, they don't have anything. They need shoes, they need clothes, They need hygiene supplies, they need medicine, sometimes they need transportation to different places, and so that's where we turn to organizations like South High Marathon Dance to help give these kids a quality of life and not just a roof over their heads while they're with us. So what you're doing is going to make them feel more like people.
Yep.
And that's so important when you're in crisis, to just be able to feel like a person. So we can help them see that they're valuable and that they have strengths. But if they're wearing clothes that they've been wearing for 2 days and they haven't been able to get the face cream that they like, they don't feel human. And so you're giving them dignity. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I think we started dancing. I think it was very, very exciting because we know the impact that the South High Marathon Dance has on the community, and we were just grateful that we were going to be a part of it this year. And I think the whole staff was really excited. And
it's cool that youth are helping youth. I just love that.
That is so important. Youth helping other youth. That peer connection is just incredible to see. And not only that, but again, going back to the community piece, having the youth to come to our services feel like they're part of something is just amazing. So that just builds their confidence, builds their self-esteem, and says, you know what, I can do it. I can get through this crisis. I can get through this situation. And so
community is really important.
Yes, and having the community behind us is just amazing.
Huge.
Yep, really a gift. You're awesome, and keep doing what you're doing. You're making a major impact on the community, and you are all warriors in this community, helping other people. It's truly amazing to watch. But the impact that you make on this community is truly a gift.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Go
Bulldogs.
Dancers.